Hi everybody, we're here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're doing a little practice test session. We are going to compare the open setups for the NASCAR Cup car. We're going to drive the Chevy Camaro ZL1 here. We have, of course, the standard iRacing setup. And we're going to compare that with the VRS open setup and with the Rocket Racing open setup. These are untinkered with, just as you get them. I usually do a little bit of modification, but for this purpose, for this test session, we're just going to compare all three as they come. So let's take a look at the settings for the iRacing. So we can see here we have 22 psi on the left side, 45 on the right. We have a 10:1 steering ratio, bias 65%, tape 45%, and have a look at the fronts and the rears. Okay, so we're just going to run that the way it is. So we'll enter the session. Go to our lap timing screen and head out on the track.
Speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Your exit is clear. Watch the white line.
So because there's the only one setting here for the iRacing open setup, our first two laps will be our pretend qualifying laps. This is our out lap. And it's a little bit slippy, not too bad. So it's the beginning of our first lap. Slippy, can't quite get down to the line yet, but don't want to force it yet. And it comes up very high, as you can see there. Very high. So you really can't take much speed into the corner. Well, let's see if we can do it better on this lap. This will be our second lap. So I had to lift into 4, which is not desirable. And let's see if we can hang on the line here. And we're getting close to it, but you can see that by doing that, we come right up the track. But we can't get around the corner at full speed. Right into 4, again full speed, and it's not bad. I can't get down as low as I want. The car is just pushing out to the wall. Let's try this one again into 1. Come down on the line. See, I can't get down to the line, and the car just comes right up on me, so I have to come off the throttle. So, making a successful lap here using the iRacing setup. Looks like I'm going to have to lift in the corner. So let's come into the pits.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. Box in 430 meters.
We'll reset the car.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2,
44.576.
Box now.
P6. Laps of fuel 62. On lap 4.
So our fastest time so far is a 30.96. And we've dinged the wall a couple of times, so we have a few optional repairs to go through. So we'll have one more run with the iRacing setup. And we're going to have to do a little bit of lifting as we come into 1 and 3. See if we can get a little bit of a faster time doing so.
All clear. Punch it.
Okay, we'll let that guy go out. So, not in any danger of affecting this by any kind of draft. Okay, so here we'll head out.
Okay, take 6 clear, push.
Check this pit out too, because it can get slippy here too. Let's do a little lift. Try to get on the line and bring it out. Full throttle. So our reference point right now is 30.96. So I'm lifting on entry into 1. I can hug the about painted line, which is what I think you want to do here at Charlotte. I did lift early enough there, and you can see how I just push right out to the wall. Okay, this is our second lap, which is usually the hot lap. Try to do a bit better on this one.
1.069
Hugging the line.
on lap 6.
A bit sooner. I just pushed right up the track there. Even though I came off sooner, I just pushed right up the track. So you can get around okay with the iRacing setup, but it's not the most comfortable setup to drive. So I just turned 3-4 again one more time. Pull off even earlier and try to get down to the line. I don't think that's going to be any faster. So I'm coming off for the corners, and I'm not making any more speed up. Okay, so I'll just pull it down to the side here. We're going to switch off to a different setup. Okay, I'm out, and garage, and we're going to go into the VRS setup, and we'll start with the qualifying setup. And you can see right away our tire pressures on the left side are 31 psi, still 45 on the right. Chassis, a 12-to-1 steering ratio, which I think is a bit better than 10-to-1. Tape, 100% tape, because it's qualifying, of course. And you can have a look at the right and left front and the rears. Let's click that and go into the session. Just a car coming around. I'm gonna just make sure he gets well in front of us.
There's a car behind. Take care, rejoin him.
This is the VRS qualifying setup, and you can see right away it's very loose. Wow, not even going fast in third gear yet. Wobbling all over the track. Okay, let's see what we can do in the corners. This is our out lap, so make it easier on the corner.
You fastest lap for Ford, 30.5.
I know they say a loose car is a fast car, but if you crash it, it's going to help you. And it's very loose going into 1. Wow, very loose. So this is our first lap. Get the tires up. but temperature and PSI. Okay, it's a bit better in 3 than the iRacing setup already. That's good. It's our hot lap. Oh, it's very loose going into the corner. Very loose. Oh, look at that. Very loose. Extremely loose. Cut back. Now 3 and 4 is much better than the iRacing setup. 3 and 4 is quite good. But 1 and 2. Very, very loose. Really have to come off the throttle.
On lap 3.
Okay, so anyways, we have done a 30.364. So qualifying pace is faster. Let's try. Try the Rocket Racing Charlotte setup. And they gave us a couple of different choices. I'll take the stable and we'll take a look at it. So they're at 26 on the left, 47 and 45. So quite a bit of tinkering with the air pressures. 12 to 1. 100% tape, of course. Here's the left and the right fronts and the rears. Okay, let's give it a try.
All clear. Push now.
We're coming out. It's more stable for sure. Oh, my fault. They really have the steering set to the left. I don't really care for that. Oh, I don't care for that at all. I'm gonna have to make an adjustment on that. Okay, let me just reset that. Wasn't prepared for that steering. Try that again.
It exit looks clear.
Oh boy, it really wants to cut up the track. Is that the tire pressures? I'm not sure. Okay, so you have to practice with the setup to make sure you're got what you want. And you're really cranking on the wheel left here. Let's see what it does for us. Okay, it's not pushing up. In fact, it's understeering, I mean oversteering if anything. Oversteering through the corner. The whole thing is oversteering. Okay, so that's our first lap. This will be our hot lap, see what we can do.
30.4.
It's faster already, and that's not even on the hot lap. Oh, you come right down to the line. I kind of messed that up a little bit because I didn't expect to come right down to the line like that, but there's a lot of oversteer in this car. It brings you right down the line. Okay, so that was not the best lap we could do, and what's our lap time going to be? 30.5, which is not good, but our first lap was a 30.267.
On lap 3.
That one was a bit better. I thought it's prepared for the corner. I'm still having to lift. We're coming up the track. Okay, so we've dropped off because of that.
On lap 4.
Okay, we're going to try the other setup from Rocket Racing.
Okay, John, your water and your oil are both looking pretty hot right now. Try and take it easy. Fastest lap for Roger, 30.06.
Rocket Racing gives you a couple of different choices here. We'll take the other qualifying setup. Tire pressures are still the same in this setup.
That's a new
Minor
fastest lap
differences.
for Roger, 29.92.
Okay. So we'll see what we can do here. This is Rocket Racing qualifying setup. The second one that does not say stable. Not sure if that means there's more oversteer in it or...
Your engine temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures.
We'll find out. Pretty good at 3 and 4 on the out lap. Okay, first lap. No, it is, it's more like the VRS. You can't turn in. Can't turn in to try to hit the stripe. Steering is better. I like the control I have over the steering. Having the double lift there, I don't like that. No, you can't turn in.
Laps of fuel 62. On lap 2.
Okay, so looks like the winner is going to be the Rocket Racing stable setup for me. Take a look at these lap times. Let's see. The iRacing times, we were
29.91.
31s. And then we did a second run, we were still 31s. VRS, we were 30.364 on our hot lap, so that was pretty good. And then for Rocket, we did a 30.267 with the stable setup. So I think Rocket's going to win that challenge. Back into setups, and let's have a look at VRS in the race setup. Race setup. See that we have 27.4, it looks like. 28. Oh no, sorry, that was the last pressure. We have 31, 31, 45, 45. And in race setup, 47% tape. Still doing 12 to 1, 15, positive 15 degrees on the steering offset, 64% on the front brake bias. And we can look down here at ride height. Difference in ride height, 3.348, 4.054. What is that? 3/4 of an inch or so. Okay. And let's hit the track with that setup. Do a few laps. The out handles. test the edge of the grip here. Not bad. Got that a little bit better. This car pass. Okay. It's a little slippy here, but the tires are not warmed up. And it's kind of skating a little bit.
The guy behind has just done a
tri-oval.
3-3.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. I haven't even got up to speed yet. Look at this. I have not even got up to speed yet. That's ridiculous. Okay, we'll try our second lap. We're going to come off the throttle a bit here. No, look at how loose this is. This setup is very loose. I cannot maintain any kind of throttle in the corners. I can't even get down anywhere near the line yet. And it's skating coming off 4. It's still skating. The tires are side. The car is sliding side to side. 3.324. Try to come down here. Oh, look at that. I can't. I'm on the power. And I come right around. Okay, so I'll give it another couple of chances, but I'm not enjoying this setup at all. Oh, look at that. I come on the power and I'm around. That is not the way you want to be.
Mind these track limits, please, John.
32.483.
Fastest lap for Roger.
Oh, I have to come right off the power.
On lap 4.
This is ridiculous. This setup does not suit my driving style. Now, I'm not a professional, but I can get around Charlotte better than this. So, okay, this would require a bit of tweaking for me. Let's park it and
130 meters.
see what we can do with our. If iRacing will cooperate, thank you. Okay. Go to our setups again. And we'll take the race stable setup first. Have a look, 27 and 47, 45. 12 to 1, plus 6 steering offset. Brake bias a little higher, tape a little higher. Ride height, 3.89, 4.2. So this is only a difference of maybe half an inch, less than half an inch. See how that, how the car handles with that. Okay. Okay, so this is the Rocket Racing setup. Stable. I'm going to have to ask them the difference between the stable and the non-stable setups. I'm guessing stable just means tighter, not as loose. Which for me at this stage of my career, I prefer a little tighter. Got mine cranking over on the wheel. Already, there's a big difference. Car's going where I'm pointing it to go. Off a bit. Good, very good. I am not going up the track, and my rear's not coming around on me. Maybe I'm lifting a bit too much. I'd like to not lift as much, but after that last run, Still being cautious. Oh, look at that. Right down to the, almost on the line. Oh, much better. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to call this one early. Rocket Racing setup. Way better at handling. Look at this. Right around the track. Barely any corrections on the wheel. Go right down to the line. I tried to go down the line early, but notice I went down even though I crossed the line. My car didn't spin around on me. Oh, look at this, is much better. 3 laps in and I'm still feel like I'm in control of my car. 30.75. Okay. Tried to go a little hotter that time, and it lost the rear end. So can't full throttle, but I didn't really expect to. 30.93. Can't quite do it as fast as maybe I'd like to. Go high. 3 and 4 is very stable. Let's try the 1-2 one more time. Charlotte is a track that's very hard on tires, so our times are going to slow down no matter what we do. So a little bit slower there, but I can hug the line and come right around, get on the throttle quite early. I don't have any of that wiggle wobble stuff that I had with the VRS setup. Very good. Excellent.
Watch your speed. Box in 430 meters.
Okay, I'll just park it here. And let's get out of the car for a second. Have a look at the lap times. Okay, so got back with the VRS. What was our best? 32.43, and that's because we were sliding all over the track. With the rocket setup, we came out to the 30.570, 30.377. And then we started getting a bit of fall off. So 30.377. That's not bad. That's not bad for a second lap. Rocket racing setup, then we get the fall off. Compared to that, to the rocket qualifying lap of 30.267, it's only a tenth off of it. That's pretty amazing. So let's try the rocket racing setup that says that it doesn't say stable. I don't know if that means it's unstable. I'm guessing it just means it's a little looser. Tire pressures are the same. Everything looks the same. What's the ride height? Ride height now, it's been changed. It's a little lower, but it's still about half an inch. But it's a little lower than it was on the stable setup. Okay, let's give it a whirl. See what it does. See how it feels.
It exits clear.
Car outside. Outside clear.
So we got a black flag for that. Just let them go ahead of us. We don't want any draft help to influence our score here. Okay, so rocket racing, I'm guessing the looser setup. some people really like. Generally speaking, people say looser setups are faster. We'll see how it goes. The first flying lap. Conservative here. Yeah, it's definitely looser. So if you've got good car control, really good car control, if you're an experienced driver, then you'll like the looser setups. Right now I'm not at that level. I like the slightly tighter setup, so I'll take the stable.
0-0, off the leader's pace.
Yeah, it's a little, I can't drive it the way I want to drive it. It's probably more like the VRS setup now. It's too loose for me. So I'm going to park it. And we will end our video. And I'm going to have to give my my number one ranking here to the Rocket Racing setups. Definitely better than the iRacing Standard, and I think they're better than the VRS. The VRS is a bit too loose for me, and that's similar to the Rocket Racing loose setup. So until I improve my driving style and I can drive a more looser setup, I don't care for them. I'll go with a slightly tighter setup. So Rocket Racing Qualifying and Rocket Racing race setup in the stable, whatever stable means, tighter setup. I'm going to go with those. So thanks very much for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.